Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're jumping into something big, the AI million-dollar mindset. If you want to see more explainers that break down huge ideas into real usable steps, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Seriously, your support is what lets us keep making these. All right, let's get into it. You see this quote? This isn't just some business jargon. It's a map of the future. The S-curve shows how a technology takes over, starts slow, then boom, explosive growth, and finally it's everywhere. And with AI, we are right at the very, very bottom of that curve. We're on the ground floor of a wealth creation event that's as big as the dawn of the internet. We're in that magical moment where a cool new thing is about to become an absolute necessity. So this really brings us to the most important question of all, doesn't it? This isn't just about some new tech. This is about you. In this gigantic shift, where are you going to be? Are you going to be a spectator, just watching it all happen? Or are you going to be an active builder, someone who actually benefits from this revolution? The choice is yours, and believe me, the time to make it is right now. To help you figure that out, we've laid out a super clear roadmap. First up, we'll dive into what we're calling the new AI gold rush. Then, we'll talk about how to actually adopt a millionaire's mindset. After that, it's all about action, learning fast and building fast. From there, we'll map out your AI empire. And last but definitely not least, we'll cover how to master your inner game, because that's where it all comes together.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the new AI gold rush. And I want you to forget everything you think you know about tech trends. This is different. This is a fundamental change in how wealth itself gets created.
Think of it like this. The steam engine completely shattered the limits of human muscle. Well, AI is doing the exact same thing for the human mind. It's like an intellectual steam engine. It can take your ideas from just a concept in your head to a real thing in a matter of hours, not months. It gives one person, just you with a laptop, the kind of leverage that used to belong only to massive corporations.
Of course, new technology can feel, well, pretty intimidating, right? But you can get over that tech fear with 3 really simple rules. First is the 5% rule. You don't need to know how the engine works, just what you put in and what you get out. Then there's the 15-minute rule. Just commit 15 minutes a day to playing with a new AI skill. Those small wins build massive confidence. And finally, think of it as your co-pilot. You're the captain. You set the destination. AI is just your tireless assistant making it happen.
But here's the thing. The most powerful tool you have isn't the AI, it's your own mind. So, in this next section, we're going to train it for big-time success by adopting the millionaire mindset.
Just look at the difference in the internal dialogue here. It's night and day. The beginner states a problem and just stops. This economic downturn is killing my sales. I'm stuck. The millionaire? They immediately pivot to a question that searches for a solution. The market is changing. What 3 adjustments can I make in the next 48 hours? That tiny shift from stating problems to actively seeking solutions, that is the entire game. And this leads to another crucial point. Perfection is almost always just fear wearing a fancy disguise. It keeps you stuck. But a progress-focused mindset that understands that launching something at 80% is infinitely better than never launching at all. You get it out there, you get real feedback from real people, you adjust, and you keep that forward motion going, always. Speed is your #1 asset.
This brings us perfectly to the practical playbook for winning in the age of AI. Learn fast, build fast. You know, speed and execution are the great new equalizers. They allow absolutely anyone to jump in, compete, and win.
And it turns out there are really just five core skills that separate the high earners from everyone else in this new world. And they're probably not what you think. And here they are. Now look closely. Notice something? None of these require you to write a single line of code. They're all about human judgment. Prompt engineering is just the art of asking good questions. Instead of saying, write an email, you learn to say, write a 150-word email for a new software product targeting bakery owners. Synthesis is you being the human filter, taking 3 AI reports and finding that one golden nugget of insight. The rest are about thinking strategically, building systems, testing ideas quickly, and being trustworthy. These are skills anyone can learn.
So how do you learn a new tool without getting totally overwhelmed? You use this formula. In just 1 hour, you can get pretty darn good. You spend 15 minutes on setup and just getting 1 successful result. Then, 25 minutes really digging in and learning how to write powerful prompts. And finally, 20 minutes figuring out how to plug it into your actual, real-life workflow.
It makes learning something you can do right now.
Okay, so we've got the mindset, we've got the skills. Now let's get to the strategic blueprint, how to actually build your AI empire. And the key here is to start small and scale smart so you don't burn out.
So there are basically three main paths to start making money. You can offer AI-powered services as a freelancer. That's the fastest way to get cash flowing. You could create digital products like guides or templates that you build once and can sell over and over. Or you could become an automation consultant, helping businesses save time and money. The secret? Just pick one. Just one to start and go all in.
And this right here leads to what might be the single most important rule of all, the one product breakthrough. Do not try to be everything to everybody. Focus all your energy on solving one major problem for one very specific group of people. That intense focus is the ultimate cure for overwhelm, and it's the fastest way to win in your market.
All right, our final section. And this one is huge because it's the part that most people completely ignore, mastering your inner game. Trying to build something big comes with a ton of emotional pressure. Your mental resilience is every bit as important as your business strategy.
This concept right here is absolutely critical. You have to understand this. Failure is not about you. It's not a judgment on your worth. It is just data. When a project doesn't work out, the world has just given you a very expensive but incredibly valuable piece of information about what not to do next time. Embracing this lets you move fast and innovate without fear.
So how do you actually do that in the real world? You use this three-step process. First, the 24-hour rule. Give yourself a day to feel bummed out, to be disappointed. Then it's over. Move on. Next, analyze the data like a scientist, impersonally. Just ask, okay, what didn't work here? And finally, reframe the story. It wasn't, I failed. It was, that project failed. That little change protects your confidence and keeps you in the game.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's the core of the inner game. Your identity is not tied to a single win or a single loss. Your identity is that of a continuous learner, someone who is committed to the mission no matter what happens along the way.
So we end right back where we started, with a decision. The tools are here, the opportunity is here, the path is laid out right in front of you. The only question left is, what are you going to do about it today? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. If you got something valuable out of this, a subscription and a like would honestly mean the world. It is the absolute best way to support what we do and make sure we can keep making more of these for you.